Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I am here to share some guidance for this week ahead. So that's for Monday the 26th of April through till Sunday the 2nd of May. So we're going into a new month and very exciting. So before I start, I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. If you're new to watching, welcome. Please let us know if you're new so we can welcome you. What I'll be doing is using my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards and my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards, and I'll be using this deck of 110 cards to find the best cards for this week ahead. So I'll be laying the cards out intuitively here in front of me, and then I'll share what I'm picking up and share what the cards are as well for each day, or however it works out as we progress. I'm not pulling cards for individuals, so I'm not doing personal readings here, and I don't do them on my videos. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared supports you and helps you at this time, but also for the week ahead. So I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. It is Monday the 26th of April here at 9:07 a.m. So let's get started. So while I'm shuffling, getting ready to start this week, just a recap on last week's theme card. Last week's theme was filters. So looking at our beliefs and the things that we need to also delete or cancel from our life. Also, I talked a lot last week about taking off our rose-coloured glasses, or the glasses that we wear that distort how we're perceiving things, usually based on our wounds or our beliefs. So what did you clear away last week, and what was revealed to you as you let those sorts of things go or took those kinds of things off? So I am shuffling the deck, and I'm holding the intention to find the best cards for this week ahead that the majority of us need, from Monday the 26th of April through to Sunday the 2nd of May. So what do we need to know? And just closing my eyes to see how I'm going to lay the cards out. So I'm going to lay the cards out in two lines. One long line of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and one shorter line of 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So we've got like an 11, but one side's a little longer than the other. So I'm going to turn the cards over, and we will see what is likely in store for us this week. Okay, we have two featured cards, so let's start with this card. I'm not talking about the card yet. I just want to pull the extra card, and then I'll get to this in a day or two, as I'm not in a day or two literally, but I mean as I'm going down through the week. So this is a featured card. It has further instructions here which say to split the deck and take the top card. So I go back to my deck and I just split it without thinking, just split where it wants to go, and we have this card. Another featured card. This is the Stellar Cycle, and up here it says to take the fourth card from the top of the deck. Now this is why I keep my previous top of the deck aside, because I want to put that now back on top and go down to the fourth card to add with this group. We have expression. Okay, so we've got 3 cards there. So we'll move down to the other featured card, which is the Medicine Pouch. And this card says to fan out the deck and choose an extra card. So let's fan out this deck, and without thinking about it, I'm just going to go wherever my hands go, which is to this card here. And we've got projection that goes with the Medicine Pouch. So we're going to get to those cards later in a couple of days as we're looking at this timeline. So let's look at the beginning of the week, and we're going to go to these 2 cards for the beginning of the week. So we're looking at Monday, the 26th of April. So around this time period, we have the penguins and the emperor moth. So let's look at the penguins first. The penguins talk about an unbreakable bond, and it's card 37. So this talks about a connection, a bond that we have. These are the healthy bonds or the healthy connections that we have with other people. You know, sometimes, in fact, we probably have more unhealthy bonds than healthy bonds if we look honestly at our relationships. Also our relationships with people from our past, and relationships with people who may now be in spirit we can also include in these kind of connections. So I think, as I sort of feel on this, I feel mostly we probably have unhealthy bonds or connections or attachments that are connected somehow to all these people past in spirit, or people who are present in our life. But this card especially talks about the healthy bonds, and we probably find we only have a connection with 1, 2, maybe 3 people in our whole lifetime where this is in effect, these healthy bonds. This is that bond, that connection, that tie in some ways that is beyond time and space. Usually this card talks about a distance, so there might be a distance, either a person in spirit or a person who is not with us anymore. It may be a child who has left home and we have a special bond with them, but they're out there living their own life now. Or it could be a relationship that's happening via distance, but this is usually a distance too in this special bond in relation to this particular card. So these are going to be really important, or this particular connection is likely going to be quite important early in the week for some of us. And then we move to this other card, which is also in effect, and in some ways this card feels stronger than the penguins card. So what I'm sort of feeling is that maybe there's a few of you maybe who are watching who have this bond and who need a reminder of your connection, of your special connection with this person that you might be missing, or this person that you might be feeling connected to but also missing at the same time. So this is probably in effect for just a few of you watching, whereas this here I feel it feels to be I guess a main message, we could say, for the majority of us for now, which is the Emperor Moth, card 14, and it says to put things into order. So we might find that on Monday especially, that we want to get our paperwork, ourselves organised. And, you know, there is a paperwork element usually to this card. So we might find that we might be getting our taxes together, sorting out our paperwork for something that we have coming up. So there's likely a paperwork getting into order sort of energy for Monday around this particular card. And what it's important to remember is that we're not preparing for the end. We're actually preparing for a new beginning. So yeah, a new beginning's coming from the preparation that we're doing now. So it's a great day, it feels, on Monday to get organised, to get out that paperwork that we've had stacking up on our desk that we have been avoiding. Then we might find that there is great time and motivation to get that sort of stuff sorted out. So that's for Monday. And then we move into Tuesday, and we have this group here of featured cards. So this card came first, then the stellar cycle, then expression. So these have all come up together for a reason. And what we're going to do is look at them individually, and then we're going to look at their relationship together. So see how this fits in for your Tuesday, the 27th of April. We have Crystal Beach, card 11, and it says decision, vision, pondering, clarity, and decide. So this implies that there is a decision that we need to make on Tuesday. And what we're being encouraged to do is to find a way to get clear about what it is that we want, or what it is that we need to do or decide upon. So there is clarity that's connected here. If we're confused and we don't know which decision to make or which choice to take, then we might need to sit on it for however long we can, a few hours, a few days, or what have you, so that we can get the clarity. So there is clarity coming, it feels like, on Tuesday, especially in regards to a decision or a choice that we need to make. This is an important choice because this choice, this decision is affecting our long term. So we've got the stellar cycle, card 55. This talks about 1 year. 1 year, or we could say the long term. So we had this card up a couple of weeks ago in our guidance too. So there's a lot of stuff happening right now that is going to affect our long term. These are big changes, big decisions that we're making that are changing or even displacing us into new homes, new workplaces, new relationships, new locations too that we're moving to. So this is an important time, and especially on Tuesday, the decision that we make is likely very important for the long term, our long term future, if you like, and where we're going to be going. And this is also connected with this card, expression, card 31. It says communication, listen, share, deliver, and trust. This is about what we're now communicating. So once we make our decision here, once we make our decision and we've got that clarity and we know now what we need to do, and it's connected with our long-term goals, our long-term future, our plans, whatever it is in the long term or for the rest of the year, especially around home, work, relationships, where we're living, that sort of thing. It feels to be important that we're going to need to express this. We're going to need to communicate it. So this might be with some other people who we're close to who may be involved with this. Our change, our move may affect them, so we might need to bring them in on the change or the decision we've made. We may need to have a conversation. This could also mean about, could also connect with speaking with an expert, someone that can help get the ball rolling, can help you move locations, can help you apply for a new job, this sort of thing. So this is a getting out there energy too on that same day that we make the decision. So it's likely going to come very quickly, and we'll probably feel quite motivated when we have made the decision and we've got the clarity. Then we're probably going to feel quite active in actually making that next step. It may not be taking physical action, but at least communicating or conversing with other people is probably going to be important, which is an important step in that manifestation process. So that feels very specific about Tuesday. So see how that goes for your Tuesday. Okay, then we move to Wednesday. So we're looking at Wednesday, the 28th of April, and we have these two cards for Wednesday. And we've got the medicine pouch that's come up with projection. So let's talk about the medicine pouch first. It's card 54, and it says resources, gather, knowledge, and collect. This is about collecting or gathering resources. You know, the thing that sort of comes to mind usually with this card are things like finances, you know, like putting a few dollars aside if we can to help pay off our debts quicker, or to help fund or save towards something that we might be working towards. So this is about saving, collecting, gathering resources like money or finances. It could be tools, knowledge, experience as well. It could be learning something new that we are putting into our sort of medicine pouch that we can use in the future. So it's like a conserving energy or conserving resources is going to be probably really important on Wednesday. So what I'm feeling is that once we make our decision, once we get clear about what we want, this long-term decision that we are contemplating and potentially talking about on Tuesday, we will probably realise that we need to squirrel some money aside, or we might need more information, we might need some resources or something to help us, to help fund or help us go on this journey or whatever it is that we need to do. So there is this sense that this card and this energy comes off the back of what I was talking about for Tuesday. And connected with this resources card, we've got projection, card 15, and it says vision, focus, concentrate, and chaos. So this is reminding us to stay really focused and attentive to the gathering of our resources, to the saving of our funds, or whatever it is we determine is appropriate for us personally. We've been encouraged to really focus on this and not get distracted by outside things or things that are, you know, if it was money that we were squirreling aside, for example, for this next year so that we can fulfill our dream or whatever it might be, it's not going to probably help us to be spending that saving. So we're going to have to really focus and be super attentive to whatever it is that we decide that we need to gather or collect or save, especially around Wednesday. So let's avoid distractions and really concentrate on our plan, concentrate on what it is that we need to do in that regard. So then moving over to Thursday, we have Thursday around the 29th of April, and we've got the Peacock, card 15, and it says increasing self-confidence. So this is a growth of self-confidence. It's going to be present, especially around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So especially around Thursday. And it feels like what I'm noticing with confidence is it sort of is in flux. It sort of comes and goes. There are times when we might feel fairly confident at something and then times where we don't. So it sort of always feels like it's in flux, this confidence thing. And, you know, confidence too is about feeling fear, but finding the courage and the confidence to do it anyway, if it's not something that's going to be harmful to us, of course. So I feel like there is an increasing sense of confidence and strength and personal power and motivation to focus and motivation to move forward in the direction that we want to go. You know, feeling quite confident and sure instead of hesitating and waiting back and holding ourselves back in our life. So there is a forward push here that wants to come through for Thursday. So take some big deep breaths, especially, well, anytime, but especially on Thursday, and maybe think about breathing in a nice big powerful breath and really feeling the power of your breath coming into your body and increasing your strength, your courage, your confidence, because that working with the power of your breath can really help increase that confidence, but also increase our courage to push through the fear, our courage to push through into the unknown. And there is a lot of unknown around at the moment. There's a lot of endings, there's a lot of new beginnings. So there's a lot of uncertainty, but a lot of unknown energy around, and it's scary. Unknown energy can be scary, and moving into the unknown, because, you know, even if it's something we've wanted and asked for many, many months or years, we might be comfortable in that other zone, in where we've been living and how we've been living. So it takes courage to really push ourselves into the unknown. So that may be strong around Thursday, 29th of April. Okay, so then we move into Friday. So let's talk about Friday. I want to grab these two cards for Friday. So we've got the 30th of April, and we have a the Air Dragon and Ammonite. So we'll talk about Ammonite first. It's card 38, and it says clear private issues. So Friday, the last day of the month, feels to be very supportive to look at our private personal issues, the things that have been affecting us but we've been keeping private or personal, looking at these things and allowing them to release. So there is a breaking down of the shell here, of the stuff that we've been hiding behind, our own issues. We can continue to keep them private. Just because we bring things to the surface and clear things out doesn't mean we have to make it public. We don't need to really even talk about it with anybody, as long as we're going through the process ourselves. So things like our journal can be very supportive in supporting our expression of those personal or private issues. So whatever you've been keeping private or personal, or we could even say secret, may come to a bit of a head or may need to be cleared out and may need to be looked at on Friday. These could be our own personal insecurities, our own fear, our own limitations that we've been putting on things, our concerns about what might happen if we do this or if we do that. So maybe give that some thought, but that will probably make some more sense on Friday. And it comes in with this Air Dragon, card 27. And the Air Dragon says your mind is powerful. So using the power of your mind to focus, to help us clear these private issues as well, but also focus on where we want to go, what we want to do, what we want to create for ourselves in our life. Feels to be important and well supported by this energy of the Air Dragon. It brings with it strength, especially strength and power of mind. So let's not underestimate our mind. In fact, we might want to clear the private issues that have been keeping us low mentally, that have been having us focus on things or taking things personally that are just not necessary or may even not be true. So it almost feels like this is a lower form of something mentally that's going on, like our hurt and pain, our wounds, our fears, our insecurities that are very mental based, and clearing these personal things out so that we can tap into the power of our mind and our ability to focus and create and have ideas and be inspired, create a plan, get organized, all these great qualities of the mind. So it feels like it might be a bit of a, we could say, mental day on Friday, where we're looking at the lower mind thoughts that don't support us, clearing them out so that we can bring forth those mind thoughts that do support us and that do empower us, especially on Friday. So then we're moving into May, and we're moving into the weekend. Saturday, the 1st of May, we have the Rabbit card 16, and the Rabbit says to make your move. Make your move, even if you feel scared and petrified like this timid, frightened rabbit. The rabbit does have that sort of quality, and especially when I was drawing this card, I could feel that really strongly, that sort of petrified energy that the rabbit has when it hears something and it is just freaking out kind of thing. But it stays still and it gets ready to make its move. And it feels this feels really important for Saturday, that no matter how scared we might feel, as long as it's not, walking across the street in traffic or things like that, it's going to affect our survival. But these are things that we've been encouraged to push or move into. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Or what I like to do is, if I'm feeling scared, I don't tend to release the fear, because I don't know, it doesn't seem to need that really for me. For me, it's more about the fear sort of kind of gets louder and my confidence and my courage drops. So instead, I try and increase my courage to then bring the fear down and make my courage stronger so I can push through that fear that I might be feeling. So there's probably a lot of courage, fear, but especially the message of making our move on Saturday. This is action. This is something that we're moving on, something that we're acting on, something that we're being proactive with, most likely on Saturday. And then Sunday, the 2nd of May, we have the Sea Dragon, card 18, and it says, be gentle with yourself. So there is a gentleness now that wants to come in for Sunday, and in fact it feels like Sunday and maybe Monday, but Sunday especially is probably going to be the day where we can have some downtime, where we can sort of process what we've been through, maybe ground, maybe some self-care time, and just allow that time of gentleness with ourselves. There is a feeling of, we might feel a bit fragile on Sunday, so that sort of downtime or time just to take it easy might be important for us to sort of process and digest all the stuff that's been going on this week. It feels quite jam-packed. I mean, we've got stacks of cards here for the week, so lots going on, lots of change in the air, and especially change to enforce or decide upon early in the week, especially Tuesday and Wednesday, and then that facing our fear around, especially really Friday and Saturday as we're moving forward. So I trust that resonates for your week. You won't really know until you go through your week. So what I suggest is that you don't believe what I'm saying, but just maybe come back and listen to the recording as you go through your week personally and see how and where this fits in for you, because it will be a personal thing. So please don't take my word for it. Sit in with this and see how your week's going. Maybe check in on Thursday and Friday, watch the video again and see how this fits into your life. And that will then help give you a trust in the cards and maybe a trust in what I'm saying, if that's important to you. But thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get ready to pull the theme card now. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you would love to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. Thank you all for joining me today. Have a happy birthday, happy anniversary if you're celebrating this week. And if you would love to learn more about me and the work I do at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. I've created a lot of resources over the last 16 years since I started Temple of Balance in 2005. So you might find something helpful that supports you, but also you're supporting my work, which is really important. My work has continued for 16 years because of people like you supporting it. So thank you for your support. So the best card for the theme, and actually before I even pick it, I am about to go over to YouTube to host a healing event in 30 minutes. It's our Patreon healing list event. So I'll be connecting with you guys over on my YouTube channel in 30 minutes from now if you're watching live. That's Temple of Balance on YouTube. So, the best cards for the theme. The theme card will help bring all these days together and will help us see the bigger picture for this week ahead. And the bigger picture is, it's invaluable. It is so important to look at the bigger picture of anything that we're going through in our life. So, the bigger picture for this week, as we wind up April. What happened to April anyway? It seemed to have sped by so fast. As we wind up April and move into the best month of the year, we have this card for the theme. It's the monkey. It always makes me laugh and smile when the monkey comes up. Card 13, the monkey. It says to cooperate. So our best theme, bigger picture guidance for this week out of all the cards we could have received is the monkey. And it's really reminding us to cooperate this week. So let's work with other people. Let's work with ourselves. Let's work and cooperate with the needs of our body as well. Let's cooperate and think about how we can cooperate more. Or are we cooperating in certain situations? Or are we resisting or pushing against energy that's potentially helpful for us? So, like for example, on Tuesday, as we get clarity and make our decision, are we working with it? Are we open to a decision, a clarity coming? Or are we pushing against it because a part of us actually doesn't want to change? A part of us might not want to be pushed out of our comfort zone, even though we've wanted and talked about change for months. And that seems to be the energy that's around at the moment. What we've asked for is actually coming into effect right now. But as it's coming into effect, it's also stirring up apprehension and an uncertainty because we've become comfortable in the place that we've been in. We've become so comfortable in the asking for it that maybe we feel a bit uncomfortable in stepping out into what's now in effect or what's coming into effect. So can we cooperate more with the energy? Can we cooperate with the doors that are opening and the doors that are closing? How can we work with this energy better this week will be something maybe to keep in mind. So if we are not cooperating, if we're not working with the energy, we might find ourselves quite rigid and stubborn and maybe quite stuck this week. Because if we're not moving with how we're feeling, if we're not moving with the flow and the doors that are opening and closing, we're probably going to feel quite stuck. So to unstick ourselves, let's remember Monkey's message, which is to cooperate. There is also a social feeling here with the monkey. So we might find at various times this week that our social interactions or our conversations with other people, it might not be a heap of other people. It might just be one person. It may be a couple. It may vary throughout the week. But it feels like our interactions with other people on a social level, our conversations are probably also going to be quite valuable this week. So the monkey, let's cooperate and let's work with our social opportunities this week, we could say. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic week ahead. I will be back next Monday on the 3rd of May for our next weekly guidance. You will find this particular video in 3 places. You will find it here pinned to my Temple of Balance Facebook page, pinned to the top. So please come back and check with it throughout the week if you need to. You will find it on my website, templeofbalance.com.au, under video. And you will also find it soon, not yet because I need to get it on there, but soon on my YouTube channel, Temple of Balance on YouTube. So there are 3 places you can find it. Please come back and get your bearings throughout the week if you need to. Let me know if you've got questions, and I look forward to connecting with you next time, which will be in about 25 minutes. So I'll see you soon, or I'll see you when I see you next. Take care and namaste.